doesn't matter what I say. What is more important is how you process it. So don't take language too seriously. Language does not shape who you are. Now I can insult those people in 20 different ways. If you can only perceive within 5 senses, you could not catch a glimpse of what I was trying to say. Don't believe a word I say. One day, Xiaoming was taking an English class. In English, a double negative forms a positive. In some language, such as Russian, a double negative is still a negative. However, there is no language in which a double positive can form a negative. Yeah, right. English is my second language. Sometimes I make mistakes in English grammar and pronunciation. But if I didn't speak English, it would be impossible for you to understand my nonsense. Languages are beautiful tools humans invented to better communicate with each other. It was one of the greatest inventions in human history. Language could only happen when our human brains reach a certain high level of development. It differentiates human beings from other creatures. Imagine if you could only make some simple sounds like the monkeys do, how would the world become? Even in one country, different places have different customs and cultures, hence developed different languages. Language is just the different sounds and voices put together to describe how we perceive this world. It is magnificent that humans in different cultures can create different sounds and voices to tell the same thing. When we think, we also think in a certain language. Even in our dreams, we use languages. That is how our brain works. But your perception is limited if you only rely on your language. When I say red, you know I was talking about color. But if I say 红色 or a guy, you don't know what I mean. Even I was talking about the same thing. But if you think red is right and others are wrong, you are limited. Nowadays, if you perceive everything through language, it can become a Trojan horse. In this fast-paced information era, you will easily be manipulated by all kinds of language products, such as articles, videos, audios, books, and so on. Do you know how commercials work? If they know how to use body language and your emotions, they can subtly but effectively influence you. Don't you think so? Listen to this. 我非常讨厌你，我再也不想见到你了。What do you think I was saying? Something nice? What I said was, I hate you and I don't want to see you again. And I used body language to deliver something different. You won't feel offended because you don't understand that language I said. It doesn't matter what I say. What is more important is how you process it. If you do not process that language, you are off the hook. I remember when I was young, around 7 years old, I was sitting in the classroom at school. My Chinese language teacher was teaching literature. She kept talking, and my mind was in a state of free roaming. Suddenly, the teacher's words made no sense to me. All I saw was the teacher moving her mouth and making noises. You may also have such experiences that your mind stopped processing the noise around you when you were not thinking specifically about something. Even someone is calling you and you won't know. So don't take language too seriously. Language does not shape who you are. Some people think learning more language will make them more knowledgeable, and people show off that they can speak 20 languages. And I laughed that now I can insult those people in 20 different ways. There was no perfect language to describe this universe and life. To understand life and the universe better, you need to learn how to turn off language and go beyond the limitations of languages. If you can only perceive within 5 senses, I have to use words and body language to pass my knowledge and experience to you. Even if you think you are listening carefully, you could not catch a glimpse of what I was trying to say if I try to describe something non-physical. But through languages, including body language, information is lost on the way. You don't think so? Listen to this. Last night, I ate noodles. 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 Exact words, but different meaning. What if these were words written in ancient scriptures? Can you be so sure what you were reading is what the author tried to say? Language is not capable of describing the truth. Something seems right, but it is not true. When I say, this is up and this is down, it is correct, but it is not the truth. The truth is, there is no up and a down. You live on the surface of a planet floating in space, spinning all the time. Which way is up? That is why in ancient China, Qigong masters passed their knowledge and experiences in specific way that only those who had sufficient realization could obtain the true meaning. There was an old saying in China that says, 只可意会，不可言传, which means no truth can pass through words but your consciousness. If words cannot describe the truth, then the words are lies. So if I say something, that means I am lying. If you are trying to make sense of this universe through what you hear, see, and believe, you live in a lie. Because whenever you believe, there is a lie in it. No one, including me, can tell you what the truth is. I can only tell you which is not the truth, and that this is what Must Die's nonsense is all about. Don't believe a word I say. Come and experience it. You are watching Must Die's nonsense. If it does not make any sense, that's alright. If you want to make sense of life, a little bit of nonsense will help you out. 混元灵通，好。